in Will Shakespeare that I was a small, dark man with great eyes, whom the women loved not a little, but who loved them not too much, and who was not seldom called the little Jew boy. The little Jew boy. The little Jew boy. Is this an accurate depiction of Shakespeare? How did Shakespeare describe himself? Let's go to the Autobiography of Shakespeare, a fragment by Alexander Lewis Charles, 1839 to 1913. So we're going to go to Shakespeare's own words. Shakespeare describes his father and his grandfather's appearance. I remember my father, Richard Shakespeare of Warwick. He was a small, dark man and had a large head and very little hands and feet, being as to that like my grandfather, Thomas of Utrecht, as I often told. His father and his grandfather are dark. Let's see what he says about his brother. He goes a little deeper here. He loved us, my younger brother, John, and me, but he often seemed as if we were not living or loving him, though at times he would play with us and tell us stories and sing to us and buy us sweetmeats and toys. I was but a very little boy, but I mind me well of him and of his fantastic ways of curling his mustachios or mustache and beard, which were dark and shining, as were his fine large eyes, very unlike the hue and complexion of Shakespeare's of Warwick and Stratton on Avon and of other parts, whom I did in after years meet, which were light and somewhat inclined to Auburn or red. So it's saying that his brother is lighter than he. Shakespeare described himself as being dark. This is the color of Auburn. So we know he's not dealing with Caucasian. The etymology dictionary definition of Auburn, it says here, whitish, yellowish white, flaccid color, off-white, whitish. The meaning shifted 16th century to reddish brown under the influence of Middle English. We see the word brun, which we get the word brown. So that's why I shared with you the color of Auburn. He's not dealing with this whitish yellow. He's dealing with reddish brown. Why is that important? Shakespeare said his brother's skin complexion was lighter than his. His brother's skin complexion, he describes it as Auburn, which would be synonymous to biblical ruddy. What is the definition of biblical ruddy? This is coming from the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia 1950. It says ruddy is the form taken by an adjective of red when used as a term of praise of the human skin. And this is its use in the Bible. In other words, the Hebrew and Greek words are all usual words for red or to be red. The dark-skinned Hebrews found great beauty in a clear complexion. We come in different shades. David is described as comely and dark. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 12. Now he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance. Now this is the KJV translation. It says, now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance. Let's see what another translation says about this. This is the International Standard Version. It says, so he sent and brought him. He had a dark, healthy complexion with beautiful eyes. He was handsome. So we see that David in the International Standard Bible Version, we see that he is described as being what? Dark and healthy. The NHEB version, let's see what it says. And he sent and brought him in. He was reddish brown and had beautiful eyes, and he was handsome. This is the NLT. So Jesse sent for him. He was dark and handsome with beautiful eyes. Family, we just proved just with different translations that David was dark.
He should have died hereafter. there would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out we've candle.
Shakespeare describes his appearance and he describes his ethnicity. Let's go back into his autobiography. On page 57 of 58, it says, "In Will Shakspere, that I was a small, dark man with great eyes, whom the women loved not a little, but who loved them not too much, and who was not seldom called the little Jew boy, or the little Jew from the Midland Counties, which made me to fume with anger. For I knew not then, as I did afterwards, that my grandfather Thomas, the Little of Utrecht in Holland, had been born a Jew." What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.